Hi guys, welcome back to my subscribers and welcome to anyone that is new. I thought I would do a quick video this week since I did not do one last week, and I will tell you why shortly. So I thought I'd just hop on here and do a quick video for you guys this week in case you were wondering. The reason I didn't put a video up last week is because I have nothing going on in my IVF world right now. So for those of you that are new, I have done 2 full cycles of IVF. Unfortunately, my first cycle, we only had 1 embryo. We did a fresh transfer and it was not successful. So that was in January, and then I ramped up and did a whole nother cycle just recently, and we were able to get 7 embryos frozen, which is amazing. But because I was at such high risk, I was overstimmed, I was at high risk for OHSS, and I had to do a freeze all. So I could not do a fresh transfer. I had to freeze all my embryos and wait it out to do a transfer. So that is where I'm at right now. So I thought I would just pop on here and give you guys a update on what's going on. I know I did say that I wouldn't be able to do a transfer for a few months, which is true, but I thought I would kind of let you guys know what I know, because that's what I do. So basically, after my egg retrieval surgery, I was just told to go home and basically wait until I had a period. So I did get a period last week. On Saturday I started, and so that's great. And now all that I am doing is waiting. Now that I have that period, I am due to start my Superfact nasal spray on the 21st day of this cycle. So the way that's going to work out is it's going to be May 3rd that I start that. And my nasal spray, what that does is that shuts down your body's natural hormone production, so that your body's not making hormones, and they will give you those hormones through medications when they want them. So I start that nasal spray on May 3rd. And then once I start that nasal spray, I am basically waiting for another period. So once I start the nasal spray, they say it's 7 to 14 days. Last time it was, I think, 18 for me, so we'll see what happens. But after I start the nasal spray, once I get a period, I am due to call them and let them know that I have gotten that period, and then they will book me in for an ultrasound somewhere between 15 and 20 days after that. So on day 15 or 20 of my next cycle. And in the meantime, I will be starting some medication. So on day 2 of my next cycle, both Corey and I will take an antibiotic, just a general antibiotic. We've done that with both of our other cycles, so that's not new. And then I will also start my estrogen pills. So I will be taking, I think it's called Estrance, and it's just a tablet. So I will take 1 milligram twice a day for the first few days, and then on day 7 I go to 2 milligrams twice a day, and then on day 12 I go to 3 milligrams twice a day. So it's basically just estrogen, and it ramps up the closer I get. And then somewhere between day 15 and 20 I go in for my ultrasound. And what they're looking for on that ultrasound is they're just checking my uterus out to make sure that my uterine lining is thick enough. So you need to have a thick uterine lining for your embryo to implant into it, to attach to it. So it has to be over 8 millimeters. So I go in and they do that. And they also are looking for, they call it a triphasic, I think, line. And basically it's just that they kind of see 3 layers, I guess. I think it's more complicated than that, but basically they want to see 3 kind of layers of your uterus, and then they want it to be 8 millimeters or thicker to do the transfer. So if that goes well, then they advise me to start my progesterone suppositories, and then on the 5th day of my progesterone suppositories, that's when I get the embryo transferred. So they will thaw out 1 embryo, and then on that 5th day of me taking progesterone, they will transfer that embryo into me, and then hopefully it'll attach and I will find out, I think it's 18 days later, if it worked and if I am pregnant. So it's really hard to give you guys a true timeline because it's all very dependent on when I start my next cycle and when I go in for that ultrasound, what things look like. If I'm not ready at that ultrasound, then I have to continue to take estrogen to get that lining where they want it before I can go ahead. So it's really hard to give you guys an exact timelining, but the way it's working is that if everything goes perfectly in a perfect world, which I'm sure it won't, but anyways, if that was the case, it's looking like I would get a transfer somewhere within the first week of June. So that's where we're at, and so it's really just waiting at this point. As of May 3rd, I'll start my first medication and waiting for, you know, cycles to start, and then waiting for certain days for things to get checked out and all of that stuff. So it's really hard to give an exact timeline, but if everything goes perfectly and my period comes when it should come, which it usually doesn't, and like my lining and everything is good. I've never had an issue with my uterine lining before, so hopefully that should be fine. But it will look like it will be somewhere at the beginning of June-ish. That's the best I can do for timeline for you guys. I will obviously keep you guys updated as I go along. However, there's not like, you know, a whole lot going on. Not as much as when you're kind of knee deep into doing your injections and your stims and you're going for follicle counts every 2 days and all that exciting stuff. So we're kind of past that now. We're just kind of playing this waiting game for my body to be ready to accept an embryo. So it is looking like the start of June. So I thought I would just come on here and let you guys know where I'm at. The only other difference that I wanted to touch base on that I am doing right now is acupuncture. So I'm doing acupuncture twice a week right now for fertility and for some of my endometriosis problems, and so that's always good. I did do acupuncture when I got pregnant with Calvin. I can't kind of contribute my pregnancy to the acupuncture. I got my laparoscopy done and got my endometriosis removed and then started acupuncture and then got pregnant. So chances are it was most likely because I got the surgery and got my endometriosis kind of taken care of for a bit. But I don't think the acupuncture hurt, so I thought I would try it again. Last time I got acupuncture, I went to strictly a little Chinese lady, strictly traditional Chinese medicine doctor. She was great. She had me on all these different herbs and I didn't know what was in them. It was all in Chinese, and she was lovely and I loved her and she was great. But this time I have chosen to go with another lady that she does specialize in fertility and ancient like Chinese medicine, but she also has a lot of background in kind of IVF and stuff. And I just wanted, with this time around, I wanted an acupuncturist that was gonna support me in all kind of variations, I guess, of medicine. I feel that my acupuncturist that I had last time might not completely understand or completely be in favor of doing IVF, because she's a strong believer in kind of taking herbs and doing this stuff. And I just feel like she wouldn't have been mean or anything, but I just feel like I wanted the person I saw this time, I wanted them to be kind of supportive in kind of my journey and where I'm at right now. So with IVF and with traditional Chinese medicine, I do think that there is something to Chinese medicine. I don't understand it myself because I kind of more practice modern medicine, but I do think that you know, there is something to Chinese medicine, and I think that it is helpful, and I think, you know, it can help with your success, and it's definitely not going to hurt your success, so why not try it? So I've been doing that twice a week. It's great. I love acupuncture. It's very relaxing. If anything, even if it doesn't affect my fertility, it helps keep me grounded. It helps keep me calm and relaxed, and you know, my anxiety down. And so I'm really happy to be doing that, and I'm going to continue to do that all the way through. I am going to cut down to once a week, and then they do there has been some studies that show that if you get acupuncture directly before and directly after your transfer, it helps with success. So I will most likely do that. So that's where I'm at. I'm really getting impatient, but I'm excited. You know, I wish I wouldn't had to wait to do a frozen transfer, but there was no point in doing a fresh transfer because if it did work, I would have gotten sick and I probably would have lost the baby anyways, so that doesn't make sense, obviously. So as much as I hate this waiting game, because I feel like I've been doing it forever, it is what it is, and so I just have to kind of hang tight. It's been 4 years, so what's another couple months? And so yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait till June to do the transfer, but I definitely can't wait to find out if it works. I feel much better going into it because we do have more embryos if this one does not take, because you know, there is a chance, you know, you have a 50-50% chance of your embryo actually resulting in a success. So having 7 feels a lot better than only having the 1. Last time that was a lot of pressure, so hopefully I can stay calm and relax through the whole waiting game, and yeah, we'll have to see. So that's where I'm at. I will keep you guys updated. I might do a couple videos on some other stuff. I'm thinking about maybe doing one breaking down the cost of IVF for those that are curious how much it costs and where the cost goes and all of that stuff. I might do that. I'm thinking about maybe doing a video on Kelvin, on my stillbirth. So yeah, we'll see what ends up on here, but that's kind of where I'm looking at going for the next few videos. But I will definitely be keeping you guys in the loop as I go along. There's just not a whole lot going on right now other than waiting, so that's kind of that. I am happy that you guys are along on the ride. I'm hoping. I've had actually a couple people reach out to me on Facebook and tell me that they have found my vlogs helpful, so that's just like amazing to me. That's how I kind of got into vlogging. I didn't know what it was, and then I started seeing other people's vlogs on stillbirth originally and then on IVF, and I found it super helpful, and I thought, what a great idea. Like, I want to do that. I want to do my vlogs for me, so I have my story for myself, but why not share it to people, and maybe it will help some people. I want my journey to be, I want to have it out there, and I want to be able to go back and look at it. So that's kind of what originally brought me here, and so I will continue to do these videos mainly for myself, but if I can help someone else along the way, I think that's awesome. So if you guys want to, if you haven't already, and you want to, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below and hit the little bell if you want notifications for when I put new videos up, but they usually go up on Sunday-ish, and follow along. And if anybody has any questions or any anything that they want me to do a vlog on or anything like that, feel free to let me know. I'm an open book. Reach out to me either on here or in person if you know me, or on my Facebook if you have me on there, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks, guys.